Have you ever considered what distinguishes the remarkable from the mediocre? What alchemy transforms the base metal of ordinary ambition into the pure gold of legendary success? I stand before you as a testament to that alchemy. I am Napoleon Bonaparte, and I will guide you through the crucible of ambition, where the flames of desire and the anvil of reality forge greatness. In my life, ambition was not merely a trait. It was the very lifeblood of my existence. It propelled me from the obscure Corsican origins to the pinnacle of power as the Emperor of the French. But how does ambition play its role in achieving greatness? The birth of ambition, a seed in fertile soil. To truly understand the role of ambition in achieving greatness, one must first comprehend its roots. Ambition does not arise in a vacuum. It is cultivated in the fertile soil of circumstance, personality, and desire. For me, the Corsican struggle for independence planted the seeds of ambition in my young heart. It was an environment ripe with conflict and yearning for change, a backdrop against which my destiny began to unfurl. In your pursuit of greatness, it's essential to acknowledge the origins of your own ambition. Reflect on the circumstances that have shaped your aspirations. Are they born of adversity, opportunity, or perhaps a vision instilled by others? Your roots matter, for they are the bedrock upon which your ambitions will either flourish or wither. As a child, I was acutely aware of my family's noble status and the respect it demanded, yet we were not wealthy. This dichotomy between nobility and financial hardship taught me to navigate the complexities of social structures from a young age. I quickly realized that true power was not handed down by birthright alone, but seized through cunning and intellect. The essence of ambition lies not in the dreaming, but in the doing. It's one thing to yearn for greatness. It's another entirely to take the first steps towards it. Consider the actions you have taken toward realizing your ambitions. Are they bold, calculated, and persistent? Do they challenge the status quo, as I challenge the established order of Europe, or do they falter in the face of adversity? As I studied the great leaders and strategists of history, I did not merely absorb their stories. I let their lives instruct my own. My advice to you is to find your mentors in the pages of history, in the annals of human achievement. Let their triumphs and defeats educate you on the nature of power and influence. Now ask yourself, who are the giants upon whose shoulders you stand? What lessons have they imparted upon you? And how will you use this wisdom to fuel your journey toward greatness? In my adolescence, I was sent to France for education. There, isolated by language and cultural barriers, I could have receded into the shadows. Instead, I chose to stand apart, to hone my intellect and to emerge as a leader among my peers. It was a choice to let ambition drive me forward, rather than be constrained by the limitations of my circumstances. You too face a choice. Will you allow your differences to define you, or will you redefine the world through your unique perspective? Embrace what sets you apart, for in the tapestry of human endeavor, it is the distinct threads that create the most compelling patterns. Let us pause here and ponder the nature of your own beginnings. How have they contributed to the person you are today, and more importantly, to the person you aim to become? Remember, the seed of ambition, once planted, must be nurtured with purpose and intent, for it is from such seeds that the forests of greatness are grown. Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound lessons from the legend, The Tempering of Ambition, Shaping the Blade of Purpose. Ambition, in its raw state, is a double-edged sword. It can carve a path to glory, or it can cut down its bearer under the weight of hubris. As your mentor, I have witnessed both outcomes. My own path required the careful tempering of my desires with the cold steel of discipline. Without discipline, ambition is but a wild stallion, powerful yet directionless. When I attended the military academy at Brienne, I was a Corsican outsider among French aristocrats. It was here that my ambition began to take shape, chiseled by the rigors of military discipline and academic rigor. I learned that ambition, to be effective, must be focused, like sunlight through a lens, burning with intensity towards a singular goal. Consider your own ambitions. Are they scattered like seeds upon the ground, or are they cultivated, pruned, and directed towards a purpose? Discipline is the gardener that ensures the growth of these seeds in straight rows towards the light of success. In the solitude of my studies, I was often alone but never lonely. The discipline of my mind became my most faithful companion. I delved into the strategies of Alexander the Great, the statecraft of Julius Caesar, and the philosophy of Rousseau. Each lesson was a stroke of the blacksmith's hammer, forging the sword of my intellect, readying it for the battles ahead. Your journey, too, must involve this forging process. How do you sharpen your mind? How do you prepare for the challenges that ambition will inevitably bring to your doorstep? The world is a crucible, and discipline is the means by which you will withstand its fires. As a young officer in the French army, I learned to apply the principles of discipline not only to myself, but also to those under my command. Leadership requires ambition to be tempered by the understanding that no person stands alone. A leader's fire must be a beacon, not a conflagration that consumes all in its path. In the tempest of your own ambitions, how do you temper the flame? How do you ensure that your drive to succeed uplifts rather than isolates? Remember, the leader who walks ahead is not a leader if there is no one following. Discipline ensures that your march to greatness is in step with those who share your vision. During the tumultuous times of the French Revolution, I saw many men whose unbridled ambition led them to the guillotine. Their failure was not in having ambition, but in lacking the discipline to navigate the treacherous currents of power. Your world, no doubt, has its own revolutions, its own upheavals. It is within these moments of chaos that disciplined ambition is both the rudder and the compass. So reflect upon the ways you guide your own ambitions. Do you possess the discipline to know when to speak and when to listen, when to act and when to be still? The true measure of ambition is not how loudly it shouts, but how clearly it speaks in the silence of deliberate action. Subscribe to this channel to get more profound lessons from the legend. The Strategy of Ambition, Mastering the Art of Advancement. The canvas of history is vast, and upon it I painted with bold strokes. But these were not the haphazard swipes of chance. They were the calculated touches of a strategist. To ascend the heights of power, I understood that ambition without strategy is as futile as a general who marches into battle without a plan. Strategy is the map by which ambition navigates the landscape of human endeavor, the foundations of strategic ambition. Ambition thrives on a foundation of strategy. In my early career, I learned to observe, to wait, and to move with precision. I watched the political factions in France tear at each other, each vying for control in the wake of the revolution. From this chaos, I discerned patterns and opportunities. I saw how power vacuums were created and filled. I learned that timing was crucial, and that those who acted with both foresight and insight could ascend rapidly. As you contemplate your own ambitions, ask yourself, how deeply do you observe the world around you? Are you attuned to the ebb and flow of your environment, whether it be the marketplace, the halls of academia, or the social structures within your community? Strategy begins with understanding the terrain, the interplay of patience and action. Patience was my ally, even as my ambition burned with a fierce urgency. I understood that in life, as in war, there is a rhythm, a time for patience and a time for action. The key lies in knowing when to embrace the stillness of preparation and when to unleash the kinetic energy of advancement. Your own journey will be marked by these moments of decision. In cultivating patience, you allow your strategy to unfold, to adapt to the changing circumstances. But when the moment comes, you must act decisively, channeling the full force of your ambition into the opportunities you have identified, crafting alliances and understanding adversaries. My rise to power was not a solitary endeavor. I knew the importance of allies, of forming relationships that could bolster my position. I surrounded myself with capable men and women whose skills complemented my own. I understood that alliances could amplify my strength, just as they can amplify yours. Yet, it was not enough to have allies. I also needed to understand my adversaries. I studied them, learned their weaknesses, and anticipated their moves. A strategist must be a student of human nature, for in the motives and fears of others lie the keys to gaining the upper hand. In your own ambitions, how do you build alliances? How do you ensure that your relationships are not just transactions, but true collaborations? And when facing opposition, do you seek to understand the motivations behind your adversary's actions? Adaptability and the evolution of strategy. No strategy is infallible. The unexpected is a constant companion on the road to achievement. I faced winters in Russia and coalitions in Europe, each a lesson in the need for adaptability. Your own path will be met with obstacles, shifts in the landscape that will test your resolve and the robustness of your strategy. Adaptability is the skill of the master strategist. It is the ability to pivot, to reassess, and to forge a new path when the old one is blocked. It is also the humility to acknowledge when a strategy must evolve. Consider how you react to setbacks. Do you cling to your original plan with stubbornness, or do you embrace the fluidity of change? Your ambition must be like water, finding a way through the cracks, adapting to the shape of the terrain, yet always moving towards the sea of your ultimate goal, charting the course forward. As we reach the end of this part, reflect on the strategic nature of your ambition. Strategy is not merely about grand plans. It is about the daily choices that accumulate into a trajectory toward success. It is about the subtle manipulations, the quiet observations, and the sudden thrusts forward when the time is right. In the chapters to come, we will delve into the heart of ambition, how it must be sustained over time, through trials and triumphs alike. We will explore the resilience required to maintain one's course, the vision to see beyond the immediate horizon, and the leadership that forges legends. For now, hold fast to this truth. Ambition, when guided by strategy, becomes an unstoppable force, a current that can carve through stone and change the shape of history. Embrace the strategist within and let your ambition chart a course to greatness. The resilience of ambition, sustaining the voyage through storms. Ambition is not merely the desire to achieve. It is the relentless pursuit of a vision in the face of adversity. My journey to prominence was fraught with resistance, setbacks, and defeats that would have crushed a lesser will. Yet, it was resilience that kept the fires of my ambition burning, even when the night was darkest. The essence of resilience. Resilience is the crucible in which the metal of ambition is tested. It is easy to be ambitious when the skies are clear and the seas are calm. But the true measure of ambition is found in the tempest, in the moments when everything you have built seems poised to crumble. Reflect on your own trials. What adversities have you faced, and how have you responded? Have you recoiled from the challenge, or have you met it with a steadfast heart? Resilience is not about never falling. It is about the resolve to rise each time you do, learning from defeat. My own setbacks, such as the disastrous Egyptian campaign, were harsh tutors. Yet, from each defeat, I gleaned insights that would later bolster my strategies. I learned that no failure was absolute unless I allowed it to be so. In your path, you will encounter defeats. They are inevitable, but within every defeat lies the seed of future victory. How do you perceive your failures? Do they define you, or do they refine you? The ambition that endures is the ambition that learns from its missteps and grows ever more formidable. Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound lessons from the legend, The Power of Vision. Resilience is fueled by vision. I always held a clear image in my mind of what I sought to achieve: a France revitalized, a Europe under my influence, a legacy that would echo through the ages. This vision was the lighthouse that guided me through the stormiest nights. What is the vision that drives you? Is it sharp, a beacon in the fog, or has it become obscured by the tumult of life's demands? Remember that a clear vision is a wellspring of resilience. It reminds you why the struggle is worthwhile. The sustenance of support. No one is an island, and even I, with my formidable will, drew strength from those around me. My loyal companions, my soldiers, and even my adversaries in their challenge all played a role in sustaining my ambition. As you navigate your own challenges, who stands with you? Do not underestimate the power of support, be it from mentors, peers, or loved ones. Ambition can be a lonely pursuit, but it need not be an isolated one. The discipline of self-care. Even as I demanded much from myself, I understood the importance of maintaining my health and vigor. A fatigued body and a troubled mind can undermine the greatest of ambitions. Discipline in self-care is a cornerstone of resilience. How do you maintain your well-being amidst the pursuit of your goals? Self-care is not an indulgence. It is a discipline that ensures the longevity of your ambition. Rest, nutrition, exercise, and moments of reprieve are not concessions of defeat. They are reinforcements of your capacity to endure. The unyielding advance. As this part concludes, take to heart the lessons of resilience. Let them serve as armor and as a compass. Your journey will be marked by storms and by calm, by triumph and by defeat. Yet, through resilience, your ambition will remain an unyielding force, propelling you forward. In the next part, we will explore the pinnacle of ambition, the moments of achievement and the temptations that accompany them. For it is at the height of success that ambition faces its greatest test, and the true leader must be prepared to navigate the seductions of power with wisdom and grace. Remember, ambition is a ship upon which you set sail. Resilience is the quality of the vessel, the strength of the hull, and the skill of the navigator. It is the difference between being dashed upon the rocks and reaching new, uncharted lands of opportunity and glory. Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound lessons from the legend.